What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're finally here at the monthly review for August. We are a little bit late, but we are quicker than we were last month, so I'll take that. We're just going to slowly build it backwards and slowly get back to being right on time. So, anyway, to everyone's favourite time, let's get the monthly review started.
So before we move on to the juicy stuff, ladies and gentlemen, there's just a couple of things I want to get out of the way. First of all, massive thanks to my patrons and also to my channel members, who without none of this would be possible. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, the other thing was the World Cup. Yes. As you guys know, we've done a couple of videos, some updates on how that's been going, lots to talk about. I was looking to do a final video on kind of the overall outcome, who won, top scorers, look at awards, that kind of stuff. It didn't quite go to plan. I think there's been a little bit of burnout, hasn't there? With
there was people weren't as involved in it. As soon as it'd been knocked out, it kind of was like
people
weren't as bothered by it. Which it happened because it was a long time.
It went a little bit still, and it's understandable. It went on for 2 months, and that's certainly one of the things we're going to take on board for the next challenge. We're already taking on board feedback now to streamline it, make it better, more accessible, to stop this. Because, I mean, as you can see on screen straight away, the big hitters like Rob, for example, 6 points over those 10 days because he's probably run out of games, to be fair, but ran out of 3 out of 10s. But no, genuinely, it's massive burnout for everyone. You can see, compared to previous rounds that we've discussed, that the points just weren't there. And when we did kind of put out that we'd take more questions on board so we can make a video, we didn't really get much feedback on it. So I thought best to just include it at this point. So for those of you who aren't in the server, you can see who ultimately won our first server challenge. Taylor, absolutely smashed it, knocked it out the park. Top scorer as well. I mean, look.
You little dark horse, you. Where'd you come from?
I know. Well, no one was expecting it. I mean, when we started this, the obvious name, would come up, like Griff, for example. Taylor totally went under the radar. I mean, when I was doing the pots, I did include him in pot 2 because I knew, I was aware of his ability. I've seen some of the games that he's done, but I didn't know he was going to be able to knock them out to the extent that he has. Just absolutely smashing it.
Straight out there.
Putting aside his Tottenham Hotspur mentality and winning stuff, top scorer, champion.
I like Tottenham Hotspurs, don't worry.
She likes Son, that's it. She doesn't like Tottenham. And she liked Kane until he was a traitor and left. But no, absolutely smashed it. Unbelievable. The next tournament's going to be, bigger and better. But I just want to thank everyone who's got involved, even the people who didn't. They were still showing encouragement and supporting people, which was great to see. And everyone pushed everyone, which is what we wanted, wasn't it? But very successful. Teething problems, there was always going to be that. But I think overall it was... we got out of it what we wanted, didn't we? So that's it. Taylor and Dragon won. Taylor top scorer. Amazing work, guys.
Congratulations to everyone involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Now on to the important stuff. So let's have a look what I've done through August. And it's actually been quite a good month for me, actually. I'm quite proud of myself, which we will get on to. So I'll fly through the stats. 701 trophy level. We're now 17,721 total trophies, 464 platinums, 3,150 gold, 3,958 silver, 10,149 bronze. We've played 536 games, 437 of those are completed to 100%, giving me a completion rate of 95.2, which as of now is actually the highest it's ever been, I believe. I don't think it's been higher than this. It was a little bit higher a couple of days ago, but I had started a game with Rob, which we will get on to. But generally speaking, I've never been this high. My unearned trophies have never been as low as 933, so the cleanup's going quite well. Looking forward to carrying on what I'm doing, because I'm really enjoying going back and finishing these games you'll see in a moment that I just left. So the trophies per day is going down, but that's not to worry about. A number of reasons. I'm not playing the easy games. I'm grinding out some of these older games for the odd few trophies I was missing, which some of them have taken a bit of time. So yeah, that's going to continue to drop. Views 6,711. Still need a couple of thousand for my 10,000 badge. So yeah, keep viewing it. World rank 5,339 and country rank 598. Again, those two will continue to drop as well. As long as I continue not to get the grub bug back, that's just going to keep falling, unfortunately. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll bring it down to the start of August.
Well, I thought you started at the end of August.
Oh,
Does it not work that way?
she's funny, isn't she? I won't talk about the first couple, however, because of when we recorded last month, because I was so excited to talk about them. I couldn't wait like you did, and I kind of dragged them in. So yeah, but overall, if we look at it, even though I talked about them last month, it was a banging month generally. So we've platinumed F123, Retro Pixel Races, which is clearly a 1 out of 10, Rob. I have no idea what was going on. Now we won't bully him anymore. That's you. We picked a trophy up, didn't we, when Amy and James were over. Ultimate Alliance was played with Paul. And then it's kind of after this really where we start to get games after the last review that you'd seen. So we've done Final Fantasy 16. Not going to talk about it too much. There isn't any more I can really say other than it's one of the greatest games ever made, and if you haven't played it, what you're doing with your life, go and play this game. Amazing. Can't wait to play the 2 DLCs that they've announced. They need to release them now. I don't want to wait any longer. Lake. Now, I've spoke about this a little bit in previous monthly reviews, how I'd encountered a bit of a glitch. Yeah, well, we both have, haven't we? Yeah, it happened to both of us, and I didn't want to just leave the game sat on 30% or whatever it was on. So my plan was to just play the game, get all the other trophies, make a backup save from where you hand the camera in for the Shuttlebug trophy, and then when a patch came out, I could just go on and get that trophy. Then James had mentioned to me, why don't you try playing it on your PS4, see if that works, you know, looking at these, and then we even had an issue there. It wasn't, for some reason,
was it streaming?
We couldn't access it on the PS4. It was asking me to pay $15.99 for the game, which was a bit mental. So that was kind of out of the question. And then as I was just playing the game, I handed the trophy in on September 10th.
Trophy?
Yeah, I handed the trophy in. I'm glad I've got you here with me. I handed the camera in for the trophy. So I handed the camera back in, and I started to get the dialogue from I forget the lady's name now. Yeah. But I started to get the dialogue as if there was photos on the camera, and I'm thinking, hang on, am I getting a cheeky trophy here? Ooh. And then after I exhausted the dialogue, the trophy popped, which I was absolutely buzzing with. And then, as you can see, I've just went on and finished the game. So the only thing I could put it down to, and I said this to you, didn't I? Although when you would take a picture and put the camera away and the application would crash, that's what was happening. I don't know if somewhere in the background it recognised that I'd taken pictures. So if any of you are also encountering this, I suggest just taking 12 pictures, letting the game crash. Maybe
restarting it from that place.
Maybe before you hand the camera in, do 12 on the bounce before you go in. And it seems to realise that you have taken the photos.
I've yet to do it, so we'll see if it works for me as well.
So I got lucky. I could be talking pure waffle like normal, but if it works for you, then I think that could be what it is. But yeah, we managed to do it. Then we got onto Arkham Knight, which was a long time in the making. As you can see, 7 years, 1 month, which, other than Tomb Raider, I think is my second longest cleanup. So I'd literally left 2 trophies. One of them, do all Predator takedowns. That was easy, but because I couldn't do Brutality 101, I couldn't be bothered going around doing all the Predator takedowns to be left with 1 trophy. It would have really annoyed me. However, I seen a guide. I seen a few of you talking about it, and I think it was Hacks who brought this up. That Bushido Cypher has got a guide on YouTube which makes it so easy. Now the guide itself is just moves that he was comfortable with. However, I do recommend you follow it to a T. Now, where it becomes easy is the trophy suggests that you have to do 15 different combat moves in one free flow, which is quite tricky because someone hits you, you get interrupted, or if you don't hit someone for just a split second, the combo has gone. Now the gadgets actually don't reset the combo. So you can, instead of doing like a punch and then I don't know, a back claw, clothesline thing that he does, and mixing the gadgets in with the other combat moves, you can just do the 7 gadgets at the beginning. Take your time, you can break the combo. You can do them, you can sit there for an hour if you want to. Just do the 7 combat moves. Get myself muddled. You can do the 7 gadgets and then just pick 8 moves after that.
Yeah.
You can literally, even though it looks like you've got no combo in the corner, you start at a 7 combo as long as the game realises you've used all 7 gadgets. So then you just need to do a punch, a block, an environment takedown, you know, a stun with your cape, and then like I did a team one with Nightwing, and I just followed literally what Bushido Cypher had done, and it was so easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you literally only need to actually do an 8 times 8 combo as long as you use the gadgets first. So yeah, anyone stuck on it, go and do that. Whew, enough of Arkham Knight. But what a game, by the way. My favourite in the series. Unpopular opinion, but I love driving games, don't I? So having the Batmobile, I think, helps with that. Far Cry 5 had the platinum, you know, a while ago. The reason that this is on here is Bandersnatch was going to be kind enough to do the infamous trophy with me.
Yeah.
I think he's got a save file at the end. As we were going to do it, I think he's either dropped or he's lost his PS Plus subscription, so doesn't have access to the game at the moment. But while I had it installed, I went round and done the collectibles on one of the DLCs, the Lost or the Mars one. I forget the name, Lost on Mars or Mars Attacks. Do you remember that film? Have you seen Mars Attacks? Oh wow, what a film! So yeah, I popped it
because you're old.
Yeah, it's because I'm ancient. But yeah, so I got a trophy on that. I'll maybe go back and clean it up, but I've got a few other first person projects which you'll see in a second, so I'll leave that one for now. Unravel was another clean up, one I'd played a couple of years ago. As you can see here, I was literally left with the collectibles and the no death runs. I left the collectibles because the no death runs were winding me up. So similar to Batman, I didn't just want 1 trophy, I'd rather leave 2. But I went and done the collectibles, and then I simply followed a guide online, took my time with it, didn't get carried away. I literally watched about 30 seconds of a guide, replicated exactly what they'd done, and then just paused it, watched a little bit more. So I just did it in 30-second increments. Some of the levels are like 10 minutes long, so they did take me a while doing it that way, but it's what had to be done. If you're doing the levels in one full run, you'd have to have mastered them really well, and I'd rather have done it the way that I did. Sackboy, we've just again chipped away a little bit, didn't we, with James and Amy. Not too much to talk about. Doom, which you already know I had the platinum for on Doom Eternal, but it's just the DLC I've been going through. I've played both packs now, the Ancient Gods, done the Horde mode. I just need to do the Extra Life mode in each of the DLCs, and then we'll have the 100%. And then I was kind of lining up what my next first-person shooter was going to be after Doom Eternal. And when I set my platinums in rarity order of what's technically the easiest ones next, Metro was high up. And I looked at what was left on it, and very easy. So I jumped in and got 4 trophies within 20 minutes. There's a couple of levels that you've got to do without raising the alarm and just sneaking about. So I went on and I just got them one day just to bring my own urn down and just set it up for my next one, because now I just need to play it on, is it like Spartan mode or something, or the harder mode? I'm getting them mixed up. But do it on that mode, where you've got to get your morality points a certain way while doing the collectibles, and that'll be the platinum. Valhalla's in there because I was going to go in and do the Forgotten Saga. I popped a trophy for dying for the first time, returning to Odin's camp, but yeah, with all intentions to finish that off and try and get the 100%, because I don't really have like an open world action adventure game on the go at the minute, so I thought I would maybe try and clean this up. Absolver and Bus Simulator. So although these have happened during September, I'll briefly touch on them. Absolver I'm playing with Rob. What an absolute legend he is again. Similar with Fantasy Strike, just taking that time out of his own day to help me with those ultra rares. Oh, ultra rare friend. So we can try and beat my rarest, which it will be because it's currently 0.65%, which is amazing. There are still some difficult things that you've got to do on your own, but if you've got someone like Rob who already has the platinum, they can make things a A lot easier and also a lot shorter as well, because it's meant to be a 60-hour platinum, as you can see, but I'm probably going to get it done in like 15 to 20 hours, which is amazing. And then Bus Simulator I will talk about, because I've been playing it for months, so it is included in August. I've just popped some trophies this morning actually. So yeah, we're nearly done with it. I'm just a bit devastated. It's now 1%. Really annoyed, because I was hoping to get another sub 1%, start the month off with 2 sub 1% plat. It would have been amazing. It's going to still be there or thereabouts, 1 point something. It might creep back under. I don't know how many hardcore
Bus
fans there are. So I'm kind of hoping a lot of people start it and think, what is this horrendous mess? It's too grindy, I can't do it. But it's so long, and I've really grafted for it. Although it's about 3 out of 10, it's not hard, but it does require a lot of hard work and graft and patience.
And figuring out how to actually make money.
Yeah, because I'd played for about 50 hours before I realised how you could make money.
Literally just sat there one day and was like, babe, I figured it out. I know how to make money.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a grind now, levelling up bus stops, and yeah, nothing too crazy. It's just a matter of kind of when now rather than if, which hopefully I'm back at work tomorrow, but then I've 3 days off, so I'm hoping I can maybe get it done. But yeah, that's everything I've done through August. A good month for me. I know that's still weak compared to some, but I'm actually really proud of some of the games that I've done and that I've finished. So yeah, really good month. Hopefully we can continue in this fine vein of form.
Vein of form?
Fine vein of form. Yeah, you're in a rich vein of form. It's a football thing. I've heard it loads of times. Anyway, let's move over to Becky's list.
So here we are on my list now. So I'm at 251 trophy level. Finally cracked that 1,000 trophies.
Very
so I've
nice.
got 1,084 now.
I'd love to see it.
24 platinums, 157 gold, 207 silver, and 696 bronze. I like that number. It's got a special number in it.
What, 69?
Well, I wasn't going to say. So 45 games played, 22 completed. I'm at a 65.9% completion.
Ooh, going up.
Oh, yeah.
I believe, yeah.
500. Try that one again. 540 unearned trophies, 3.38 trophies per day. We've got 189 views on my little profile.
I'd love to see it.
We've just been saying, obviously, I get an extra view, as do you.
Yeah.
No, do you get a view? You won't get a view because it's yourself. But I get an extra view every month because obviously we go through Jeff's PSN profiles to get to me, so he gives me an extra view.
Come and view the profile, everyone. Give us some views. Look at you in the green still, smashing it.
Yeah, I'm not reading out those numbers. I do enough number work at school.
Yeah, it's in the green, but not that anyone really cares about the leaderboards, but it's good to know.
Absolutely loving my little background at the top there. It just looks amazing, and obviously that's the last one we're going to come to on my list. And,
Quick one on this. So do you know how this works, the cover photo?
No.
So by default,
Is it the last game you played?
It's the last trophy you've popped.
Last trophy, I see.
So you can choose what you want on there as well. So if you like that, you could leave that on there.
It is awesome, isn't it? Just look at that.
It is a pretty cool image. You could have that. I could make you a little Becky one, like I've got mine. But yeah, if you like that, you can actually keep that on all the time. It's pretty good. Oh, look at all these. Tournament talk time.
Oh, actually, it's not that good.
So it's from
Bit of peggling.
It wouldn't be the monthly review without a bit of peggle chat.
Need a bit of peggling every month.
Yeah, everyone needs a bit of peggling.
I mean, more than once a month would be great.
Yeah, definitely need those early night peggle sessions.
So obviously peggle's just something that I pick up every now and again, and
kind of like you said though, it's good for when you've just got 15-20 minutes and you don't want to take in a story type thing.
Yeah, and it's something like when I'd said to Amy, don't get stressed about it. Don't be like, I need the trophy. Trophies poppers, like they're my favourite ones where you don't realise they're gonna happen.
Oh, I love a surprise trophy.
Surprise trophy, and that's what Peggle is for me, because I don't pay attention that much really to what I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
But I don't pay close attention to it, so it's nice. But then the next 5 trophies are my...
5 trophies?
5 platinums. Oh my goodness. My next 5 platinums are my...
From the challenge.
The challenge, yeah. So obviously I took it over from someone who I can't actually remember now. Oops. But I took over to help out, and I helped Griff. Oh, Tommy, it was you. Honestly, my brain went there.
Hi, Bex. How goes it?
My good friend Tommy helped him out there, because I understand, like, it was a bit difficult. It was a big thing. Helping out Griff on this one. Genuinely forgot that. So we started off on a lot of these as well. I did have Rob to give me some hints on a few of these to do, which was really, really helpful, because I was just like, oh no, I've been thrown in the deep end, what do I do? So King Rob over there helped me out. Started off with I and me. Amy and I started this together, didn't we, while they were here. So Amy had a couple of goes with me, and she was like, do you know what, I think I'm going to get this. By the time she left, she was like, I'm absolutely not getting I and me. But I did really enjoy it. There was just some of them that were just... It was a skill issue, I'll be honest. It was an absolute skill issue. Like,
diagnosis.
They were so simple.
Oh, skill issue.
They were really simple, and I'd like watch the video and I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Why isn't it working? But no, I did really enjoy it. And obviously the cats were dead cute.
Yeah.
Just too many of them going, because I got them caught on a spike.
Yep.
Endling. Now, I wish that I didn't have to use a video guide to get through it. However, I'm happy with the one I did pick.
Because sorry to jump in, if it wasn't for the challenge,
like
Becky's a big believer of playing stuff without guides, aren't you? And you would have just played this, but because you were short on time and you wanted to help Griff, you just kind of pushed through with a guide, didn't you?
I did get the guide that I picked. I can't remember who it was. But it was a really good guide where it didn't really tell you what was going to happen, and I think that's my problem, is I don't like being told what's going to happen. I just want to find out.
Was it Bad Driver?
It might have been Bad Driver.
What's up, Traviantes? I need to meet
remember.
I need to meet Bad Driver. I need to know what he looks like. His voice is incredible. I need to see his face.
Yeah. But anyway, back to mine. So Endlin, it was moving and beautiful, and it has a very serious theme throughout it, and to put that into a game was so clever.
I still need to play.
Really clever game, and the idea behind it all, and you don't realise what it's actually on about. Obviously at the beginning you get your little bit of backstory when you start the game, but I feel like it takes you most of the game to really realise what it's trying to tell you, and it's wow, like it was phenomenal. I think you'd really like it. I do. I'm not talking too much about the next one because I hated everything about it. I'm really sad that I've got all of that 43% left to do because it stresses me out. So Goat Sim, I did it because of it's
good points, isn't it?
It was good points. That is genuinely the only reason that I did it. There were tears. There was tears. I won't lie to you. Why does the goat lose its head? Why is its neck halfway over the other side of the road? What is that about? But why though? I don't understand.
That last trophy, was it the last one where you were on the bike?
Oh, were you trying to balance? And I'd done it so many times and it just wasn't popping, and I was researching it for ages, wasn't I? And we were like, but why isn't it popping? And then it was just by chance, wasn't it?
Well, what's crazy is the platinum stopper, Flappy Goat, you were fine with, but then it was some of these other little ones you were pulling your hair out.
Do you know what? I really struggled to jump and lick the hang glider. I was like, can't get to the hang glider.
Yeah, so the hard stuff, fine, but some of the easier stuff,
so
pulling your hair
out. Disney classic games, Aladdin and the Lion King. I feel dirty.
Very nice.
I feel dirty. So those of you that haven't played this game, there is a very good, I don't want to call it a cheat code because I feel like it's not a cheat code.
It's a bit of an exploit, isn't it?
Yeah, very good exploit that has been put in there by the creator, hence why it was okay to use for the challenge. Other people have completed the game as well. So I basically played, like, the longest time I played was really frustrating when I was trying to knock Scar off the edge.
It is annoying, that part,
It's a really annoying part.
It took me ages.
And I only did that twice. So basically the rest of it, you just
there was
put in a cheat code and you just skip everything.
That Scar fight, there was probably less button presses in My Name is Miller than there was fighting Scar. I swear that it took so long to swipe at him, and then you got to flick him off the edge.
But why did they put two different things as one button? Well, how do you know which one it's going to do? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Sorry, I'm getting hysterical. That was a bit high-pitched. I do apologise.
See what I have to put up with. I mean, what?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
But yeah, so you cheated. So you cheated for the challenge.
I hated it. I didn't cheat. It was an exploit. Other people had done it, but I feel dirty.
Yeah.
And then my last one that I actually completed was Rusty Spout Rescue Adventure, which was really fun.
Rob recommended this one,
recommendation from Rob. Really, really enjoyed it. It's my type of thing. Whoever used to play Beehive Bedlam on Sky back in the day when you were younger on your Sky remote is basically that. One of the first trophies is very confusing because you meant to like beat the bosses and that's the trophy, and definitely didn't beat the first boss, but I got the trophy for it. I was like, meh. I'll go with it. Go with the flow. But no, that was a really good game. Like anyone that likes those type of things, I would definitely recommend it. I did start I Am the Hero for the challenge, and it would have been my last game. It would have been my 6th genre, which would have gave me, I can't even remember the point system.
It was going to get you close to putting you and Griff through, but
I think we would have still just missed out.
In the end, yeah.
And it was so close. It was like literally the last day.
But I'm sure if you would have done that at the point you were playing it, you would have gone first, and it would have put that extra bit of pressure on the others.
There was obviously...
Because it was you and Griff against Dragon Taylor, wasn't it, at that point? Yeah.
Yes, it was, yeah. I was really close, but there was just one part that I kept getting... It was the lift. You've got to be able to get a collectible, you have to stay on the lift and not get killed. And I just kept getting knocked off the lift. And I was just getting a little bit too frustrated. And by the time I'd played that for so long, there was just no way I could start a new game in time.
Yeah.
So I did miss out on that 6th genre. But I was proud of myself for everything I did do in that time for the challenge. And I will eventually. I might need some help with I Am the Hero.
Yeah, if you need to, we can.
Really annoying me.
I think it'd just be a case of me sitting next to you and just a bit of guidance, maybe. Because you often just need me sat there, don't you? And you get through. Yeah, that's all she needs. What about the next one then?
So, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I really enjoyed it. So, obviously, as you all know, with everything that had been going on with me lately, I'd been really struggling to keep going at games. I was really struggling to get my head into it. My head was just mashed. I didn't have a brain. It was just mush. So you'd suggested Guardians because obviously I'm a massive Marvel fan anyway. So it just kind of seemed perfect, and I absolutely loved it. And I actually really enjoyed that there was a lot of differences from the film. So you were learning it a completely new story thread, really.
Yeah, it was its own original
story. Which I think it was.
Story,
I really liked that rather than it literally just following exactly what the film was.
You knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was really good. I've just got a few collectibles and things. I haven't got much. I mean, I have 10 trophies left actually. Well, 9, the platinum, but. I will come back to it. I just feel like I'd gotten to a point of I'm going to have to replay the whole thing again. And I just needed a little break from that. But I really, really enjoyed. If you haven't played Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and you're a Marvel fan, definitely something. And I was really proud of myself because I got to a point where I was getting really good at using the buttons and doing my L1 and picking the different... so obviously sending Groot and Gamora and Drax and Rocket. And obviously, because each of them has 4 special moves. And I felt like I was doing really well, and I think that this game has helped me progress as a gamer and be able to do a lot more with a controller now.
There's a lot of mechanics to it and quite intricate. Yeah, I get it. So although it's not the most difficult game, there is a lot of...
It's getting used to...
expects a lot from you, doesn't it? Yeah, I agree with that.
So I feel like it has genuinely really helped me.
Yeah.
And it'll help me like moving forward.
Definitely.
It takes 2. It should not have taken 4 months and 2 days to platinum. But life got in the way, didn't it? And I honestly think this is my favourite game I've ever played, because I think I had so much fun playing it with you. And it is amazing. It is a really good game, and I love that it's called Power Couple.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, not to toot our own horn, be big-headed, but I feel like we are a little power couple.
I agree, absolutely.
And we had people saying to us, "Oh, you're going to argue, all this," and there was literally no arguing.
We just laughed
in the slightest.
Throughout, didn't we?
We had so much fun playing it, and that tower was stressing me out somewhat rotten, so you had to do that for me, didn't you? But apart from that, it was completely like...
We could have done what Rob said and got to the end of the level,
used
the birds, but we wanted to try and do it properly, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons it took so long is we'd started it prior to you injuring yourself, and then you weren't really able to sit comfortably where we are here, which is where I sit and play my games as well. So there was talk of, should we just shift the PlayStation over to the side of the room, but then all my things are wired in, and we didn't, we just ended up waiting a little bit, didn't we, and doing other things. But it shouldn't have taken that long, and it wouldn't have, I don't think.
No, definitely not, because we really enjoyed it as well. We were like really into it, weren't we? So it's definitely something that type of, I would 100% recommend it. Anyone for a couch co-op. What an amazing game that was. I really loved it.
And you're going to talk about it again in a second anyway, but I can't wait to see what else that Hazel make, because they're absolutely just knocking it out the park with what they're doing.
The ideas that they come up with and how they execute those ideas, absolutely phenomenal. Really good.
It's so many games in one game.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many mechanics involved. It's not just a platformer, or a co-op platform adventure. Like, there's so much with that, all the mini games and then all the different weapons you get, and even one of the levels, it's like a little mini, like, isometric RPG, isn't it? Where you top down, and can't remember who has the magic, who has whatever, but there's just so many different things going on, and I think it is really, really smart. And for the millionth time, Kena Bridge of Spirits still should have won Game of the Year 2021, but I can accept It Takes Two as the winner still.
The next game, Last Stop, was a recommendation that I was given. Personally, didn't like it. Personal opinion, wasn't a fan. I think the connections between, obviously, the characters, so there's 3 characters who all interlink in some way, shape or form, and I feel like they were forced. Okay. That's just my personal opinion.
I haven't played this, so I can't comment.
Just my personal opinion. I know that Amy really enjoyed it. The artwork, I can agree with you, Amy, completely. The artwork was really good on that side of it. And it's not because I don't like weird things, because if you know me, you know how weird I am. So it's not about me not liking weird, odd, strange things, which is what Amy had said to me. I just think it was a bit of a stretch. I feel like they were forcing it. They maybe should have thought a bit more about the actual storylines. Mm-hmm. Again, personal opinion. There are probably loads of people out there that really enjoyed the storyline, and it's one of those things.
Yep.
Vanishing of Ethan Carter, 100% following a guide on this one. It is awesome. I am enjoying it. I think it's really clever.
You put it down again though, didn't you? So it's been a little bit...
Yeah, but I can't remember why.
There must have been a reason, because I know you'd started it and got like 1 trophy with it.
I couldn't see. It was too bright.
Yes, so...
It was too bright, and I haven't been able to see it, and obviously quite a lot of the parts of the game are dark, and I couldn't see anything, so I had to put it back down again, but not because I wanted to. Like, I was starting to get quite into it, but... And you used a guide when you played as well, didn't you? So
I think pretty much everyone
I'd love
has.
to be a person who was just able to figure out everything and not have to use one. But 100%, in my opinion, if you're going to play it, you're going to have to use a guide. But I do think it is a game to play. It's clever, and the idea behind it so far, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I just need to get back into that one. A Way Out, again, absolutely loved it. We had so much fun, didn't we?
2 days, 2 hours. That's what it takes to. Would have been like really, maybe a bit longer because it's a slightly bigger game.
So,
but yeah, we enjoyed it.
I'm going to call her out on it.
Oh.
I'm calling her out. Amy ruined the ending for me. So, she didn't mean to. So, Amy had said, oh, I cried at the end. I bawled my eyes out. There's a twist.
Oh, haven't you just spoiled it for everyone else now? But...
Oh my God.
She's here all week.
Oh.
I'm sure everyone's played it by now. There's a little twist.
Yeah. So anyway, my point was I was sat there waiting for it, and I actually guessed partially what it was going to be because I was waiting for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say too much for anyone else.
That's why I'm trying not to. Now I feel
hasn't
bad
played
now.
it. I think pretty much most people have.
Can we just bleep out that bit that I've just said?
Just make it. Do some random noises or something. It's all good. It's all good. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, great game.
Really, really good game. Very clever.
Bit of a twist.
Very clever. I mean... Shut up. I feel awful now. No, we're bleeping that out. Then it'll just be us randomly going, I feel awful after it's been bleeped out.
We'll have something like Rick Astley come up singing or something.
So I'm just going to really quickly say now, because 100% we're bleeping that bit out. Really enjoyed it. Great game, great co-op. Play it. Amy ruined it for me. There you go.
I've said twist as well, so I'm going to have to go through and mute all the twist or put a...
Well, why are you still saying
twist,
that
twist,
was meant
twist,
to be...
twist.
That was meant to be the bit where you could have bleeped over the other part, and then it wouldn't matter. It's
fine. No one knows it really. We're just messing anyway. There's no twist. Or is there?
Anyway, I'm behind on Sackboy still. I don't understand why you two have an extra trophy than me, and I'm not happy about it.
I think we figured out which one it was you were missing.
Still not happy about it though. Absolutely unacceptable.
You're too competitive.
No, but you know what it is? It's because you and James, you just like to take over all the time.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely do.
Well, stop having a skill issue and get good.
I'm good at Sackboy. What are you on about? I need beaters in some of those...
Tell that to your knitted character who keeps falling down holes and hitting spikes.
To be fair, I keep glitching out.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't know why it's happening, but...
You're the only one that doesn't glitch.
That's been the most entertaining part of it.
It was watching James's character literally just go... like it's across the screen and we're like, James, where are you going?
But we're having a lot of fun. We do need to arrange a few more nights with them and see it through, because we're having a lot of fun with it.
And finally, for August, and actually I haven't played anything in September because obviously I've just gone back to work, so this is my August. What a game.
Just three words. Wow. What a game.
So we had originally bought the, I can't remember what the bundle was called, but we bought the
digital super deluxe where...
Yeah, so that, because I was... on the PS4
at the time, yeah.
So I'd done so much research, and what we hadn't realised is the PS4 version wasn't coming out at the same time as the PS5. Yeah. So I was a bit gutted, and then you got your early access, and you had fun, and you really loved it. Because I'd been sat listening to him play, and eventually we forgot when it was coming out on the PS4, to be honest, didn't we? So it was just suddenly like, oh, it's out on the PS4 now. But then I got a PS5, so...
Yeah.
Kind of a waste of money. No, we did, because we got loads of extras when we bought that deluxe edition anyway, didn't we? But I was at a point where I was like, well, what's the point? I don't want to play it now. Like, I didn't want to play it because I'd waited so long. I was like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But I am so, so glad that I've got into it now. The story, absolutely amazing. And I'm a type of person who likes to try and guess what's going on. So having you already know what's happening, and I'm going, I think this is happening. Oh, I think because that character's done this. Oh, that character and that. And like your little face, and you're like, try not to give it away. But no, it's beautiful, outstanding graphic game. just
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was
phenomenal.
it's one of the best games this year, and it's a shame that it's not going to really win that much because of Final Fantasy 16. No, not just that, but obviously Jedi Survivor, Resi 4, Spider-Man 2, and then you've obviously got Zelda over on Nintendo and stuff. So it's just a shame for Hogwarts that there's been an absolute plethora of fantastic video games this year. Yeah, there's been a lot, but it's definitely been one of my favourites.
Outstanding.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
that's me.
That's your list. Yeah, really good, really big month because of the challenge. I feel like we've actually been able to have a good chat about
September
yours.
Though. There probably won't be anything to talk about.
As you can see, we're recording this on September the 10th, and there's already no trophies in the first 10 days.
I've just started back at school after 12 weeks of being off.
Yeah.
So
it's busy, and I'm sure you'll get back into it once you're in a routine and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's mine and Becky's list. Hopefully you've enjoyed listening to us waffle on about what we've done through August. We're now to the main event, which is you guys.
So here we are, over to you guys for the monthly. And what I want to start with, Flick. Now, as you can all see our little gif here, me looking for my plats and 100% this month. But good job, everyone. You've been smashing it as always. Let's see if I can manage anything next month. But don't get your hopes up since I don't finish games. At least you admitted, Flick.
At least he's honest, right? At least he's honest. No, I love that. What a way!
Great start.
What a way to start us off, Goran. Love to see it. Oh, it's Onyx. You would like to read Onyx, and you started. Go on.
He has done one.
Has he done a story for you?
Sorry there was no story last time, but here you go. Hope you enjoy it. One rainy day, I went into the forest to hear what the trees would tell me, what games I should play. I was soaked from head to toe. It was tough finding a fitting tree, like playing a weird game of hide and seek. I came down on my knees and looked up into the grey sky. Rain poured down on my face, and I prayed to the mighty tree gods to give me a hint. A part of the sky opened and revealed a beam of light that spotlighted a nearby majestic spruce tree. I ran to the tree asking for guidance, and it told me exactly what I wanted to hear. I ran out of the forest to finally play the game the tree told me. But before that, I made sure to feed my elk, who powered the wooden wheel, granting me access to the internet and electricity.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
I have not finished.
Oh dear.
And the game the mighty spruce tree told me to play was Undertale. And I enjoyed the game. Been a fan of this since it came out. Just never played it until now. And didn't even finish the game, as the fights can be tricky AF with the controller scheme when you are trying not to get hit.
Round of applause.
I loved that.
It's literally
story time.
Yeah, like off air when we're just chatting about like who posts and stuff. It's one of your favourites, isn't it? When you get to read Onyx's. Honestly, what a guy! I love that. That's absolutely fantastic, and well done on doing Undertale as well, buddy. Amazing. So, Exotic Shooter, massive congratulations on an epic month, guys, as usual, and congratulations to all the tournament people. Only 2 platinums for me this month, which is my loss this year, but I've had to put real life first this month. Moving into my shiny new home tomorrow, which I will update you all on once I'm all sorted. I hope everything's going all right, buddy, and congratulations on the
this is all the furniture that we've been seeing getting built, right?
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
I think so. But I'm assuming so. You just moved. Brawl Out, nice little ultra rare to add to my collection. The game itself is very similar to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Very appreciative to my guy J Ninja for the assistance with the online trophies, as they were very time consuming. Destroy All Humans, was very disappointed that I couldn't get this game finished in time before the quarterfinals finished, as this game would have got us through to the semis. Not much else to say other than that. Well done to all you legends. Some amazing plats this month, and good luck for next month. Really well done, Exotic Shoot. I love that. Oh, and you even get next as well.
So
it's worked out.
Everyone's had a brilliant month as per, and I can't wait to see what everyone manages to crack it through in September. I've done approximately Jack Poo this month.
Jack Poop.
I'm entirely expecting Ray an ice goalie to put in formal requests to the boss to engineer a code of shame into the Discord for me. Not even finishing Demon Souls. But to be honest, given that all-inclusive frozen strawberry daiquiris exist, it's a bit of a miracle I'm even here to write this message out. So Endling, this game is brilliant, but it hurt me in a way it really didn't have to. It's short, it's free, I'd recommend it to everyone and anyone. I cannot edit in a picture, so please imagine a nice, neat, cropped screenshot of my PSNP here.
That's fantastic. Spoiler alert, I think I'm pretty certain she's done Demon Souls now.
Oh, really?
Like I always say, I try not to look at them so I can be surprised when we do these.
Yes,
but I feel like I've seen her finish it. And great game and well done on doing that next. So, Curtis, all right, another month, another boatload of digital rewards earned. Here's the rundown. One Piece Pirate Warriors 2. This game actually tells a original story, unlike every other Pirate Warriors game, and that is honestly the only good thing about it. The gameplay is just... there is no other game mode, just you and 1,000 enemies for you to beat up. Really fun, don't get me wrong, but I think the later games done it better. But with this plat, there's only one more piece game to 100% until I can have a solid reason for a One Piece badge to exist. Dying Light, this another game like Cold War where I've put an unholy amount of time into it on Xbox and want to 100% it because it's so good. Dying Light is the best zombie game ever made. There is no argument otherwise. Are you sure? First person Assassin's Creed where you can get away with drop kicking people off rooftops and becoming bulletproof. Beautiful, going to get this done very soon. And that's about it for this month, to be fair. I've been a bit burnt out recently, so I'm taking it slow for a bit. Plus I'm starting to really try and improve myself, so that's my main focus. Anyway, can't wait for the next month, lads. There's more than just lads in this chat.
Lads. Blaze, I hope everyone's having an awesome month. I had a lot on my plate with starting to run again. Also, I had migraines for like 20 days from this month. So this month I only got 3 plats, all clean up. So basically I earned like 25 trophies this month. From this year, this is probably my weakest month. You all know the drill. I'm a hit on the bad game and give a little praise to the other two. Assassin's Creed Unity,
yes,
right?
That's it.
The worst assassins, in my opinion.
Disagree.
Arno doesn't have any charm, and most deaths happen because the characters are brain dead.
Arno's pretty cool. He's by no means the best assassin, but he's all right. He's not bad. I think the game gets a bad rap because of how it was released.
Okay.
But certainly now, which is obviously when Blazers play it, it's actually a more finished product. Too many collectibles, but it's actually a pretty good game. So, Ghost Runner, the game that almost made me have a nervous breakdown last month, probably because I was trying to get some points for my team, and I started this at the last day of the tournament, and since I wanted to beat 2 other games on the last day, I raged on every part. This month, with no time limit, I can finally understand the hype this game got is fully deserved. Remnant, probably one of the best Souls-likes. Getting the plat is a pain in the behind since almost everything is random, which is the main charm, unless you're at the reloading. You are reloading the same freaking mission and waiting for a boss to spawn just so you can get the last armor set. The non-hit world boss was the last trophy I needed, and I thought it was going to be the worst, but it was quite easy. I played this the entirety with my friend, but since he got the armor sets trophy glitched, I got this in his honour. With university starting soon, I'll probably give up on gaming entirely just so I can pass. I'm going to try and plat something in September, but for the first time in my existence, real life is coming first. Bummer. I wish everyone an awesome month in September. Love y'all.
Oh, love y'all.
Love y'all. Love that. Awesome. Okay, Dragons 600% and 9 platinums for this August. I'll just highlight my favourites from the month. Split second, probably my new favourite racing game of the PS3, Xbox 360 era. It feels like playing Burnout again, except this time it's about blowing up the map and destroying your opponents with the explosions and debris. It's as if the game was inspired by Michael Bay movies. Concrete Genie, great game, loved every minute. It uses the DualShock 4 in the most creative way possible with the drawing aspect of it. Tried the VR section of the game after completing the story, and it was basically a huge drawing mini game which was surprisingly fun. We Were Here just recently played this for the tournament with Taylor, enjoyed playing it together as we could work out the puzzles as a team until we resorted to guides as we kept dying in particular sections. Retro pixel races, skill issue. Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
James, so for this month, it consisted of 3 platinums and 1 DLC cleanup. Humanity, when I first saw this, I was like, what the hell? Then I played it and found it very enjoyable, apart from the last few puzzles, probably down to a skill issue. Lots of skill issues.
There's loads of skill issues, isn't there?
I recommend to everyone to give it a try. 100% on Watch Dogs DLC. Firstly, thanks to Rye Alex, with the help of the co-op trophy backing me, I finally finished the DLC. Only had a problem with the RCXD car killing 4 people. That took a while.
What did my guy sacrifice for this 100%? Oh,
all the early nights.
Yeah, all the early nights. James.
Shame.
Shame on you.
Do you know what? Next, it's not you that needs to corner shame. It's James.
Fraud. I mean, what? Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2 Platinum. Probably my favourite in the series, with all the online and DLC completed. I just had to complete the campaign and mop up a few other trophies, including the Hold My Hair trophy, where I had to take a photo of someone being sick. This could be at a random time in the game, bringing back nightmares of finding the songs in Watch Dogs. But luckily I managed to get this by praying to the trophy gods and someone throwing up 5 minutes later. So now, with Watch Dogs 1 and 2 finally done, I can finally go for an early night, or does Amy have to wait until me and Jeff get the 100% of Watch Dogs Legion?
Oh, yes, love that. That's brilliant.
And then pure mini golf. I don't care if it took 3 minutes and 51 seconds. I like mini crazy golf games, okay?
No, that's cool. I love a bit of mini golf. Nice month, James. Love to see it. So we've got Leon up next. Wukong did it for the challenge. Absolute crap game. Smoot Summer Games also did it in the World Cup. This one was better, but my hands definitely hurt a bit going for the world records. Max and the Book of Chaos. Rob recommended this, so I played it. It was actually fairly enjoyable as well. It wasn't too long. Some bits were slightly difficult, but nothing too major. Yeah, he's recommended it to me as well, so I'll definitely check it out. It Takes Two, pretty fun. Did this with Rushy for the World Cup and found it quite enjoyable to do. Solo, Islands of the Heart, same as Wukong. The idea behind this was good, but it just wasn't executed very well. Dirt 5, this was my last game of the World Cup. Mediocre racing game at best, but with quick and easy points, so why not, I guess. F1 22, decided to go back and finish this as one of my games for the Just Like Jangus badge. The GOAT, Platinum Jangus himself, helped me with this and thankfully didn't ram me off the track for my opinions on it. I spun myself off the track on a curb, however. Love that, that's great, Leon. Yakuza Kiwami 2, this is probably my 3 favourite Yakuza games. The story is pretty good, boss fights are class as usual, although a tad bit easy. Soundtrack was great, especially the Sim songs, and there's also the Majima Saga, which was pretty cool to play through. The Majima Saga was far too short, however. Fast and Furious, the title for this game takes longer to say than it takes to platinum. Okay game overall, I suppose. Did it the second time for my 249th plat. Don't know what 250 will be yet. Blood Bowl 2, massive thanks to MI8 Player for helping me with the online section and some longer RNG based trophies. Enjoyable game in my opinion, and a nice ultra rare too. Awesome. And then why not as a bigger image for you to have a little look at. Great little month that, Leon. Love to see it. Yeah, great stuff.
So, I've done the husband, on to the wife.
Obviously, you always get next. You always get James. You always get Amy.
Hello, fellow trophy hunters. Hope we have all enjoyed August. August for me, well, it's been a very busy month, and for someone who's introverted and hates going outside like myself, it was shocking to say the least. I turned 30 at the start of the month, and as most of you know, James and I went to visit Jeff and Becky. Why is it not Becky and Jeff? Just putting it out there.
I mean,
to celebrate it. It was an incredible few days, and I've only just managed to drink Prosecco again. James and I also went on a mini cruise to Guernsey, which was amazing, and we were both living the dream, already planning our next one. Then I've had to work and all that adulting stuff to deal with too. Because of this, I only managed to get 2 platinums this month, bringing my total to 14. Quite pleased to have even got 2 this month, not gonna lie. So, a way out. I only played... You make my eyes go funny.
I'm sorry.
I played this with the husband, and unlike It Takes Two, this one didn't take us 200 hours to complete. James exaggerated there, but I was a complete novice back in 2021. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this at first, as it's not my usual type of game, but I ended up loving it. The twist at the end had me shocked.
What
and
twist?
I'm still not over it.
I didn't know there was a twist.
I can't wait to play. I can't wait to play what Joseph... How do you say it?
Faris?
Faris? Creates
What is
next.
it?
He's a
Fair
legend.
Forest?
Fairs Forest?
I don't. Yeah.
I'll have to check.
Either way, he's a bit of a goat.
Yeah. The Artful Escape. This game made me feel like I was on some sort of drug trip. It was crazy, weird and so random, but incredibly fun. I love the message behind it of doing what you want to do and not conforming to the norm of society. My goals for September are to keep grinding at Hogwarts Legacy.
All I see was just to keep grinding away. I didn't see anything. I didn't see after it. My goal for September is just I'm not going to play PlayStation. I'm just gonna grind away. Oh, I love to hear it. Love to watch it.
She loves to feel it. At the time of posting this, I have 10 trophies left. Platinum Jangus, bexxraff, I will listen to you both before starting my next big game, I promise. I also want to start The Wolf Among Us and Bug Snacks, carry on with Sackboy, and try and get my first ultra rare on the Disney Dreamlight Valley. Well done all on another amazing month. You're all smashing it as per usual.
As per usual, yeah. Great month. Amy, love that. Oh, there it is. It's on there. It's ready to go.
Yeah, she said she'd been playing for a while and still hadn't popped a trophy, and she was like, oh my goodness, so annoying.
Oh, so we haven't really got anything to sort of description to read. EWXNZ. Ah, wasn't that... And their name's changed.
Yes.
Was it Compassion?
Yeah.
Maybe. And the name's changed. I think I have around 10,000 hours in total. Wow. Some very good games on there. Yeah. Very long as well. What? I mean, I don't want to pick here, but because we're not looking at PSMP.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if all that's been done in August. Surely not. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, this could be a screenshot of what 10,000 hours in a month. Is there even 10,000 hours in a month?
I don't actually know. I should probably know.
There isn't. There can't be. Yeah. So yeah, great little screenshot. You know, there's some fantastic games on there. But what I would ask of you for next month is just taking it from PSMP or anywhere really where it's got the stamp, so we can see that it's kind of from the month, one. Because we do have a kind of a prize with this, don't we? We do give a £10 PSM voucher to the kind of the chosen winner, people who think they've smashed it.
Yeah.
And I personally, I'm going to say now I wouldn't be able to include this because there's no proof that this was done in August, and I would find it very hard to believe that it was.
Great set of games.
Oh, unbelievable!
Really
absolutely smashed it, and I could only dream of having some games like that on mine. But yeah, I'm concerned because I can see GTA 500% there. But yeah, 10,000 hours, blimey. Right.
Would you like to do this one since you didn't really get to read anything there?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So we've got Ice Gordy up next. Played some Souls-likes. So we've got 96, Remnant 2, pretty good sequel, and in my opinion better than the first one. Really like the new archetype system. Is it archetype? Archetype. I don't know why I said that. That final boss was annoying as hell though. Tales of Iron, the first playthrough on easy for the plat was kind of boring, to be honest. I would play either on normal or hard. The Bloody Whiskers run for the 100% though was somewhere between. It's kind of fun, and this is absolute torture. Still mad that I didn't get a nomination for completion of the week for that, as it was at least an 8 out of 10 in my opinion. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. This one, on the other hand, was pretty easy combat-wise, but still a lot of fun. The music, atmosphere, and combat were awesome. Titan Souls, decent little pixel art game where you only fight bosses who each have a different gimmick. Some were really cool, like the hidden final boss, and others were annoying, like the normal final boss. The speedrun and no death runs weren't that bad thanks to cloud saves, but that no roll mode was pure torture, especially that second to last boss. Also played American McGee's Alice, which is listed as DLC for Madness Returns, but is actually the prequel and a port of a 2000s PC game. Enjoyed this one too, despite those poorly aged and clunky controls. Going to tackle the main game after my 100th plat, which apparently won't be a Souls game. Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed Alice Madness Returns. I had forgotten all about it until you started posting about it, and I love Alice in Wonderland anyway. And it's a really good game.
Yeah, no, great month. Ice Gordy, absolutely fantastic.
Spud, 3 platinums for me this month. A Light in the Darkness, a really moving experience that everyone should play. It's a quick 1 to 2 hour platinum. However, the game's subject matter is very important, and I learned a lot about the subject that I didn't know about previously. I urge everyone to play it. Prototype 2, I enjoyed this. It's not the greatest game in the world, but it's a fun sandbox and the combat was really good. Final Fantasy 16, incredible story, amazing music, fantastic combat, and probably the best boss fight I've ever played in a video game. 2 of the boss fights in particular are just ridiculous and out of this world. One of the best games of the generation so far. Special mention to Torgal as well. Best wolf dog companion in any game
Yes, ever. Literally that could have came out of my mouth. What was saying? I absolutely love that.
This will go down as my second favourite FF game behind FF10. Loved it. Sorry, Jeff, FF7 now down to 3rd place.
Absolute jokes. That bit definitely wouldn't come out of my mouth. No, unbelievable month and extra points for saying nice things about Final Fantasy. As always, love that, Spud. Really good. So Karen is Big Boss, just 2 platinums this month. LA Noire, finally I have this platinum after 168 hours. I finally did it. Love this game, my favourite Rockstar game. AO Tennis, an easy platinum, but it can get very tedious at the end. Overall, was an okay game. Really good month, love that.
Very nice. Wes, new month, sadly not the full franchise. At least I did the Greek Go games.
God of War.
Norse games next month. Have a damn good day, all of you. Oh my word.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember from the last few monthlies,
oh my goodness.
But Wes won the People's Champion for doing all the Crash games, didn't he? And then he'd done all of the... what was the other series he did? He'd done another series last month. Was it Dead Island? Oh, I'm so sorry, Wes. There was another... He completed a full set, and I know he was trying to do all of the God of War games ready for this month, but even still, that's absolutely insane. Really love that. Love seeing a full series, and yeah, love God of War. So yeah, look forward to seeing the God of War 2018, and then also Ragnarok. That'd be awesome. Ray the Wabbit, here he is. Sinner, decent boss rush, Souls game, recommended to me by the Queen. I scored a quick plat, but does require skill. Fury, second time around, and is still the indie masterpiece I remember it being. I love this boss rush hack and slash bullet hell so much. From the combat to music, it's gorted. And a great little month from yourself there, Ray, as always. Love that.
So, Rushy Rocker, Solar Islands of Hearts. The game, to be fair, wasn't that bad, and there was a story in there about love and all-round well-being. The gameplay was okay, apart from the invented controls, which I couldn't get used to, but overall not a bad game for £1.50. Wolf the Old Blood, my first Wolf game, and gotta say it was decent. The gameplay was fun and the nightmare levels were interesting and different, which I didn't expect going into this. The challenges were fun as well. A few added a little bit of difficulty, but overall not a tough game. The variety of weapons and kills was pretty cool. Glad I got to play one from the series. Endling, wanted to play this as heard good things and it didn't disappoint. The game looks gorgeous and the story is good, however it does hit home and does get sad, and that makes you question a lot of stuff. A tier or two may have squeezed their way through.
Oh.
It Takes Two, wanted to play this for a while, but Abby really struggled with some of the platform stuff, so we decided not to do it. Got to play it as part of the challenge with the goat Leon. It was a really great game with a brilliant story. Some parts of it were a bit strange, but a really enjoyable experience. I'd recommend to anyone who has someone to play with this with. Dirt 5 cleaned up both stacks DLC. I forgot how boring and repetitive this game was, but another clean-up done. 2 Point Campus clean-up, done the DLC as I've been ill and it isn't demanding. The DLC is good, especially the Ghost Spirits. It was really good how they made it for you to battle to require extra plots, though it was a good idea. Undertale, I really didn't like this game. I found it a bit dull and it wasn't really my type of thing, but I know others enjoy it. I personally can't recommend, just knew it was a fairly easy plat recently on Plus. Telltale, GOTG?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah, yes. Found the disc cheap a few months back and picked it up. Gotta say it was brilliant. The story was great and the characters were good. It took me a while to get over the fact that they aren't the true characters. I agree with that. In the actual, the main game. But that's because I love the films. The music is banging too, especially with the main tune, which is what Guardians is all about. Banging tunes, definitely top 3 best Telltale I've played.
Interesting, nice.
Watch Dogs cleaned this up and grabbed the plat as it was announced to be leaving Plus. I was put off originally by everyone saying how bad drinking games were and the songs, but they honestly weren't that bad. The drinking games were easy, and the 3 random songs I got within an hour of each other. James. Accidentally in between side missions. This game is okay, but it's so repetitive. It's typical Ubisoft. Copy and pasting, side missions, so it's all the same. Take out guys on this route or deliver cars on a time limit. I won't be paying £12 for the DLC. It is 90 more repetitive missions, so that will do. Edit Campus brought out more DLC, and I 100% it, and
Dead by Daylight.
It's just cleaning.
Awesome. Really good month. Love that. Oh, a little bit more here.
Oh, huge well done to everyone this month. It's been great to see everyone smashing it out as normal.
Fantastic. Richard Butler, congrats to everyone this month. Some great games being played and platted as always. 3 plats and 1 DLC clean up for me. Bully, decent game which feels a little dated now. The trophy list is really poor and just has a load of grindy, do this task X amount of times, which definitely didn't help the experience. Would like to see a remake or sequel, but imagine Rockstar won't touch it again. Need for Speed Payback DLC cleanup. Been wanting to clear the DLC for this for a while, and EA Play had a month for 79 pence. Glad I didn't pay more, as there was only 1 to 2 hours worth of a few races and nothing more. Lost in Random, been on my wish list for a while and was also on EA Play, so give it a bash. Fun game, not too long, with an interesting fighting mechanic using deck building to draw abilities in fights. Definitely one which has taken inspiration from Tim Burton. Glad I gave it a go. Deathloop, great game, really enjoyable, a bit daunting at first with so many ways to proceed, but once I got a few hours into it I was fully invested. The opposite of Bully in that these trophies were fun to do and made you think. Only annoying bit was multiplayer trophies added to it, but boosted and took 5 minutes. Highly recommend. Great little month, Richard Butler, love that.
Can never say this.
I've just been going with Sir Uncle Raw. So Uncle Raw.
Firstly, congratulations to everyone. Y'all killed it as per usual. August has been a slow month for me in terms of platinums, mostly because I came down with a cold and was also grinding out a 100-hour game. Lots of grinding going on.
There's loads of grinding in August.
Dark Souls 4? 3?
3.
There's like loads of lines appearing on the screen in front of my eyes.
So this is where you'll start picking stuff up. So there's only 3 Dark Souls games. So
it could never have been 4. And also 4 would have been IV as well. So
that is also true. So yeah,
terrible teacher.
Got me there.
One of my favourite games of all time. Started playing this back in 2018 after a friend had highly recommended it, and I've been hooked on Souls games ever since. This is what I personally think is the best game out of the trilogy, despite the first game being my favourite. I went into this game preparing for the worst with the Covenant grinds, but this time around they weren't too bad. Fallout 76. I've been planning on tackling the Fallout series for some time now, however, this was the only game that was stopping me from starting, as it's the only one that is online based. I'm more than happy with my experience. It was a very relaxing time, just exploring the wasteland again while completing quests here and there.
Nice. Scroll you down.
To my surprise, this online community is incredible, kind and wholesome, something I was not expected from a massive online game. The high-level players would always watch your back as a beginner whenever you attend an open world event, and are known to drop items to new players for them to get started on their journey. Even when I was close to the level 100 mark, players would still drop items such as stim packs and radaways for me to take. It might not be their best game, but that community made the whole journey worth experiencing. If anyone here needs help boosting the 3 multiplayer focus trophies, let me know and I'll be happy to oblige. Happy hunting in September.
Amazing. Yeah, 2 great games done. Love that. So we've got Aidan Sam. 9 plats, 2 100% games and 2 DLC cleanups this month. I'll try to give a brief review of some of them. I'd originally written about them all, but because I don't have Discord Nitro, I hit the text limit. Grid Legends, I didn't like this game because I felt like it just dragged on and on forever. Some of the DLC trophies were a nice challenge and fun to earn, but the others would be boring grinds for miles in certain cars. PGA Tour 2K23, I like a good golf game every now and again, so I was looking forward to playing this, but it really sucked. It's always online, even in the single player career, so twice mid-shot I got kicked out because the servers weren't working properly, and the loading screens on this game are so bad I thought I had started the PS4 version by mistake. And to top it all off, the final trophy in the game required me to grind again, loving that grind, Can't wait till it starts to cool down. So
I thought you were going to say I can't wait to grind on you then.
I was getting to that point if you let me finish. The flat's so hot at the minute.
Always let you finish.
So we've had some really nice weather in Hartlepool and the flat's ridiculously hot. So where I was going with it is I can't wait for things to cool down so I can do some grinding myself. It's too hot. I'm too old and fat. It's for these months. Anyway, where are we grinding? XP for hours. Paradox Soul, a Jangus game for the badge. This one was actually really good. A nice little 2D Metroidvania. I would have never looked twice at this game if not for the badge, so I'm glad it got picked. See? Don't judge about, by its cover.
Would you like to finish the sentence?
It's because I've got all these games and some of them are actually pretty good. They're not all sweaty, the jumping games, absolutely no excuse. But there's a lot like Paradox Soul that I've got on there. Things like Daggerhood and some others as well. They're actually quite cool games and they do go under the radar because they're made from Ratalaika, which is a developer of easy games. Right. As soon as you see Ratalaika, you're like, nah, it's a 30-minute plat, I don't want it. Right. But some of them are actually pretty good. So Ghost Runner DLC cleanup, I think I actually preferred the DLC to the base game. I just preferred the moves and the way it felt to play over the base game. Crisis 3, another DLC cleanup. Had no intention of ever going back to this DLC as it's multiplayer only and I had nobody to play it with, but with the announcement of the servers closing soon, a group of people I know wanted to boost it, so I decided to finish it up. Doom 64, nice, quick and easy 100%. You can use cheat codes to make all the trophies super easy, so I just did that for a bit of fun. Fast and Furious Spy Racers. This game was utterly trash. As soon as I started the first race, I knew I'd made a huge mistake. Luckily, it only took me 2.5 hours to platinum, but it felt like an eternity. Fury, I agree with everything Ray said about this game. It is also my second time platinuming this game, and I still love it. Platinuming. 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 It's so difficult to say. Second time getting the platinum on this game. Yes.
Oshi or Oshi? Really need to tell me which one it is.
Oh, yeah, it could be either. Oshi. I'm going to go Oshi.
Probably my best month to date. 7 plats, all being hard/rare. Super Meat Boy. Personal difficulty, 10 out of 10.
I'm so jealous.
Very thrilled with this being done. It's like a badge of honour knowing what you have done one of the hardest plats on PlayStation. It was a hustle but got there in the end. I recommend everyone to try their hands at it. I'm okay.
Yeah, she's good, thanks. I get enough rage with 3 out of 10s. Sorry, carry on. The world's waiting.
Kena, Bridge of Spirits, personal difficulty 7 out of 10. I enjoyed this game a lot. It feels like playing a Disney movie. It has its problems with the combat being a bit sloppy and frustrating at times, but it's so charming. I did this in one playthrough, so realistically it's harder than a 5 out of 10. Vanquish, personal difficulty 7 to 8 out of 10. This one was the backlog for years and I finally got around to it. The difficulty was massively overrated in my opinion. 8 out of 10 is even a stretch since if you get a good strategy, it becomes smooth. Trek to Yomi, personal difficulty 5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this game. It has such a unique and fun art style. Combat was a bit lacking in some areas but amazing overall. Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, personal difficulty 7 out of 10. This game is nostalgic for me, that's why I wanted to play it, even though it's kind of bad. This game has the worst case of missable trophies I've ever done. You have to collect collectibles and do quests in a very specific order to not miss anything. It's so bad that if you accidentally kill an enemy when you're not supposed to, you miss the 100% and have to play 15 plus hours again, since this game features constant autosave without being able to back up your save.
What? Look at it. Do we just give Oshi the money now?
Hotline Miami, personal difficulty 5 out of 10. Fun top-down arcade-like game, has a few annoying trophies but nothing too notable. My Friend Pedro, personal difficulty 6 out of 10. This is another ultra-rare indie arcade-like game. You probably haven't heard of it. It's like a 2D super hot. You have to do S ranks, which can be challenging but fair. The game isn't great, but come on, it's a game about a spiritual banana. What's not to enjoy?
Yeah, that does sound amazing.
Spiritual banana.
It was only recently where I'd first seen gameplay for this because I'd seen the banana in the image we'd spoke about. And I was like, it's going to be a daft game, but It's that trick where the guys doing all the flips with the two pistols and you're slowing it down and everything. I was like, this actually looks pretty cool. Unbelievable month, by the way.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. So, Hurricane, only 5 plats this month for me. Glad to see everyone having wonderful months. My Little Pony.
We've been speaking about
Maritime Bay Adventure. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. It's definitely more...
than Peppa Pig.
Well, more, yeah. I wanted another word in there, but it's definitely... It looks like more of a game than Peppa Pig. But this could be the next kind of one for the server, maybe, where everyone just does My Little Pony. I want to play PJ Masks. I want to play Paw Patrol. I want to do them all. I'm doing them all. But yeah, great little month. Love that.
M-Master.
Yeah, it's the purple text, so hard to see, isn't it?
Tetra's finally done. Hard game for someone like me with a lack of spatial awareness. Thanks to my wife for her help. She's better than me, and that annoyed and motivated me. Sad that the D4 is an auto pop. I did everything again during the season, but couldn't do it in any other way. The Platinum is my 10,000th trophy. Finally, Medieval, definitely in the top 5 of PS1 titles. Congratulations to everyone for your accomplishments this month.
Amazing. Love that. Raven's Code, my best month this year with 4 Platinums and 2 DLCs complete to 100%. So the 4 Platinums, Watch Dogs, everyone definitely played this one, and for those that haven't, everyone definitely play this one, and for those that haven't, it's about a guy who got fired from his job as a security guard because he kept hacking into the security cameras and watching the other guards take naps. What have I just read? Definitely not the synopsis for Watch Dogs at all. But very interesting. I like your take on it, dude. Battlefield Bad Company 2, great story, great multiplayer, but crappy player base with hacks. If you're trying for the multiplayer trophies legit, that is when it becomes bad Battlefield 2. Right? Titanfall 2, masterpiece, totally agree. Neo 2, the game you want to play the whole year long. Can't wait. Played the first one, look forward to the second one. 2 DLCs to 100%. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Just DLC after DLC after DLC. They should have called it Shadow of the DLCs. I agree, I've done this, so I know exactly where you're coming from. And then Rise of the Tomb Raider, best Tomb Raider and best DLCs. No complaints, must play. Very nice month. Love that. Raven's Code, awesome.
Right, Alex. Hello all, 11 Platinums, DLC cleanup and 100% this month. 6 games from Platinum Jangus, list for the badge cheers. Loves a badge.
Look, we all do. You need to get involved in the badges, I'm telling you.
There's too many.
So you just go down the list one at a time.
There's 100.
Yeah, there is now, but there was only 50 when I was telling you about them.
100.
Well, we'll go through them together and we'll get you started. I'll get you started, and then we'll look at the badges. I mean, sorry, right, Alex.
I wish. So we've got Inksplosion, Heroes Trials, Crazy Gravity, Ice Hockey Breakthrough, Storm Boy, Birthday of Midnight. Some of them
weren't bad.
Some are definitely grubs.
Come on, were they though? They were all AAA masterpieces. No, they weren't.
Retro Pixel Races. I know some struggled, but wasn't even hard to be fair. Sorry, Roll. 100% for Garfield Kart Furious Racing. Standard kart racing. Sometime AI can be broke at times. DLC cleanup for Horizon Chase Turbo. Evil Inside, easy enough plats, nothing special. Crash Team Rumble, wasn't bad, just not enough content so it can get boring doing the same mode over and over. Trackmania Turbo, my 250th plat. Rarest Platinum and one of the best Platinum in line with GT Sport and Wipeout Omega Collection. Going through the game I was frustrated but also enjoying the challenge with the tracks, especially with the Red and Black series. As always, congratulations to everyone. This month smashing it as always.
Yeah, it's a great month, that Ryan.
Very nice.
Really good to see. Some great games, and obviously massive respect for Trackmania Turbo. Unbelievable. Oh, he is. He's my main man. Right, Rob, howdy everyone. Everyone's absolutely smashed it in August. Couldn't be more proud of the server as a whole than this month. Been some amazing achievements by everyone, and looking forward to seeing what September brings. Special shout out to Jeff, who I'm so proud of, going back and cleaning up a ton of his backlog games.
Good job.
And has a plan going forward to further enhance his already great list. Thank you, Rob. Making me blush.
Doesn't even make that face when I say nice things.
Yeah, it's Rob though, isn't it? Before I get onto my list, I just want to thank everyone involved in the first World Cup tournament. Been a privilege going up against some of the best on the server and seeing how much the tournament brought everyone together. I matched last month's total of 21, just 21 plats, babe, just 21. 21 plats all for the World Cup, so non-super long ones. Looking forward to getting back onto the longer games. As much fun it's been doing the tourney, the small games have taken their toll and ready to get stuck back into Yakuza. So we've got Xenon Valkyrie, fun little arcade RPG game that Dragon told me about. Can play multiple characters with different paths or the story that you can take. Max and the Book of Chaos, really enjoyed this game, was one of the funnest I've played during the tournament and would recommend to others. A time shooter with a bit of platforming. As soon as I see the title, compose. Retro Pixel Racer, the game that started my skill issues. Well, actually, I always had skill issues. This just made everyone else see what I already knew. A 45-minute plat that took me 10 hours. Did I say anymore? Raven Sword PS4, fun RPG, reminded me of a wacky Morrowind kind of game. Carto, puzzle game about a girl looking to help others, wasn't really my thing. Indie-Calypse? Like Apocalypse, what? Indie-Calypse? Yeah, Indie-Calypse. I've never said it out loud, and then just it being there, I was like, what is this? Really funny game with wacky story, full of mini games that are heavily influenced off a load of great indie games. Highly recommend this game too. Had a blast. Rusty Spout, such a calm and chilled game, reminded me of playing Beehive Bedlam back in the day on Sky Games. Had a nice chilled time playing it. Skytime PS4, like a cheap man's Mirror's Edge. I enjoyed it for what it is. Dragon Audit, very odd game, didn't know what it wanted to be, I think. Pyramid Quest, very simple platforming game, but I enjoyed it. We've got Dissection, horror puzzler game, was pretty simple. The monster/villain wasn't the best either. Rugby 15 on the PS3, wow. First time playing a rugby game, don't really follow it much, but wanted to branch out into other sport games, and I really enjoyed it so much. So I've bought 3 other rugby games, wow. Very nice. We were here, played this with Platinum Jangus, had a blast. We were peeing ourselves trying to explain what certain symbols were.
Honestly, it was the weirdest thing I've ever listened to in my life.
What were even some of the things?
He said one.
Well, let's have a look. I've totally lost where I'm at. Symbols and where everything looks like, looks like giant penises, be it swinging on a railing or with cat ears or waving. We're already doing more. We are already
discussing
doing more in the series. We're going to play the others, but it was hilarious having to describe what some of these things were. I'm like, I don't know, it's a guy with his penis out swinging from like a climbing frame.
But I had to come over and I had to help explain some of them because whatever you were saying, and Rob was just like, I absolutely have no idea what you're on about.
We got there in the end though. It was cat, and then it was the Amityville a house. Man swinging from railing with penis out.
It was bizarre.
Some of them were a bit
bizarre.
crazy. Wasn't Peppa Pig in there at some point? I don't know. Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. Really enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to, and the ultra rares helped as well. Awesome. Solitaire Conspiracy. I really enjoy card games, and this implemented a cool spy story too. I really enjoyed this game. Nice.
I think I'd like that.
Farm for Your Life, farming simulator with a cafe to take orders using the resources you gather, building up your farm and help us all while not getting all your crops eaten by vegan zombies.
I want to play that.
What? Really enjoyed the slow pace of the game.
I want to play it.
I've never heard it, but I'm actually intrigued.
Solitaire and Farm for Your Life, I want them both of them.
Write them down. There's the part. Sweet Witches on the PS4, fun little puzzle platformer, plays 4 different witches looking to defeat one another. Freak Out Calamity, bit like Hotline Miami clone, you play a contestant in a game show where everyone's trying to kill you and you must survive. Had a blast with it. Cat Seagull cameo, wouldn't be a video without that. I can't believe Bucky slept this entire time as well. We've timed it perfectly. He's asleep just down here and he looks like so cute right now. Figment, really cool music game with a great story. Highly recommend this game. Teslagrad, a really cool platform with interesting puzzles and a fair challenge in parts 2. This tournament has taken my plats up to 99 for the year so far. Looking forward to going away for 2 weeks next month though. Peace out. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely insane. I mean, look at all these. Just does what he wants.
Does what he wants.
He does what he wants. Roll the camera and he does what he wants. Over to Mark.
4 plats, 2 DLC cleanup and 100% this month. Sorry I've been missing this month. Life and my family have sucked. And I've had the worst 4 weeks of my entire 44 years on this planet. Gaming and talking to the lads in chat are the only things that have got me through. Here's hoping everyone else's month has been much better than mine and things improve soon. Hoping that things improve for you, definitely.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that you've got somewhere that you feel gives you that like happiness and enjoyment back. I'm glad you feel like it's been a good space for you. That's definitely what it's meant to all be about. Yeah. And still an absolutely cracking month.
Unbelievable.
So good job.
Absolutely. Great month as always, Mark. Keep your head up, buddy. Black Phantom, this month was a bit busier due to the tournament taking place. Sad we got knocked out the way we did, but that's another story. Cheers to the next. Claire, side-scrolling horror, nothing crazy. The story was a bit confusing, but the gameplay was okay for the style of game. Colour Guardians, a fun little platformer, better than expected, short but good. Heavenly Bodies, it looked better in the trailers. The controls were horrible, but at least they were manageable. Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, an old classic. I remembered way back when I was playing it on the PS2. So much fun getting the plat. Soon to go for the 2 sequels. Shadows of the Damned, a masterpiece that for some unknown reason slipped under my nose back in the day. Super fun dialogue, great gameplay, and the story was very good. I totally recommend it. Lone Survivor, the better version of Claire. Story had multiple endings, which I love in my games, but it was too confusing. I'm starting to see a pattern in these side-scrolling horrors. Concrete Genie, an amazing colourful indie game with a great story, something different from all the similar games out there. Yeah. God of War Ascension, a classic game that needs no introduction. I don't know why I left it with no plat, but its time was due. Unravel, an interesting platformer with string mechanics. Story wasn't too much of anything, but the soundtrack was very relaxing. Yeah, great little game. I enjoyed going back. The Dino R, just a simple grubby 100% that I won in a giveaway a few months ago so I could get the badge. Very nice and a great little month.
Very nice.
Yeah, really, really good month. Love that. Well done.
Cat Lord, Unraveled, pretty fun and charming game. Honestly, the no death runs were all easy except the one with the lightning power cables you have to time. That was the only hard level in my opinion. Otherwise, cute and charming game. Probably won't be saying the same though when I get to Unravel 2. Death's Door, very fun crow game and it's really charming as well. You're basically something similar to a Grim Reaper and I think it's a pretty interesting premise. The art style is really nice as well. To put it simply, I really enjoyed this game. Danganronpa 1.2, Roy Lord?
Yeah.
The story of both games I found really fun, but the boring thing dragging the games down is the fact that they have a cleanup that's probably double the story length or at a minimum feels like it does. It's not very entertaining cleanup either. I'd recommend a playthrough for the plot but the end game cleanup. Not to mention the third game is double the length and this was a combo package of the first 2 games and it was only 40 hours. The Evil Within, for all of the problems I know it has, I still love this game so much and I love the way it adds charm to the experience. However, it's highly subjective, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone disagrees with me. I love all the horror and psychological stuff and I do like Sebastian and the way the DLC adds to his character. Plus the DLC has cats as saving points, so the game's 10 out of 10 regardless of what anyone thinks. This might be controversial, but I know at least Safu agrees with the no gel, no upgrades run was actually harder than Akumu. Maybe I sucked more in the beginning or something, I don't know. Speaking of Akumu though, it was hard but luckily I was having a good time so it never got on my nerves. Resident Evil 2, I understand why people love the game but it's alright to me. Definitely in a survival horror phase right now though. Not much was actually scary though aside from the trench coat beefcake jumping at me the moment I walked out the door. Hell of a sheriff and the 4th survivor I did some neat difficulty. Shakes my head. Sucks. My message gets cut off almost as soon as I finish. Anyways, hoping everyone has a wonderful month and an amazing next month. As for me, I'll be working on a couple more games for the spreadsheet and getting ever closer to Super Meat Boy at 75 plats. Shout out to Spreadsheets, Comrades, Safu, Ray and Vision.
Brilliant. So, the boss, 2 platinums and 100% this month. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I keep saying I'm done with COD and I keep platinum more. Was free on Plus, so I had to. Not a bad COD. Veteran was very easy, and they made the Dead Ops easier with advanced solo start. Thanks to Curtis for the zombie Easter egg trophy, another ultra rare plat for the collection. Unturned, a boring game I played for ultra rares, a cross between Minecraft and Roblox. I wouldn't recommend unless you just really love ultra rares like me. 100% in Space We Brawl. Clean this up finally. Not a hard spaceship shooter, just a lot of grind. Even that was
a lot of words.
He turned into Sean Connery, a spaceship shooter, or whatever he would say. Anyway, just a lot of grind, even more grind with 4 controllers. Really good month that, Stephen. Love it.
Squirrel Ruler. Hyperdimension Neptunia producing perfection. Wow. Last Nep game for the Vita. I am sad that there are no more for Vita. This game was alright, a bit grindy, not the best Nep game, but def not the worst. Steins Gate Zero. I love this anime. And this was really good. Glad I made it a milestone. Now I want to play the first one again. Not that big a month for me. Got to start hitting some of the uncompleted games in my list now.
Perfect. Fantastic. That was the end, wasn't it? Oh, okay, yeah. Really good month. Squirrel Ruler, love that. Bandersnatch. Hi everyone, well done all on another amazing month. Smashing it as always. Pretty uneventful month for me, owing to some personal bits, revising for an exam toward my diploma. Smashed it, by the way, and my son has been a little unwell. Congrats, yeah. Hence me being pretty inactive over the past week or so, but is now on the road to recovery. Wolfenstein Youngblood started out as a fun co-op shooter, but ended up being a mindless grind for the plat. Boo. Wolfenstein games are awesome, but this one can get in the bin. Would not recommend.
In the bin!
In the bin. 100% on the Modern Warfare 2019. Cleaned up the Spec Ops trophy on this one with a couple of friends and Krish. Thanks for the help here, my guy. Great game. The campaign is fun. The Platinum is fun. And the Spec Ops, whilst challenging, are a good crack with the right people. Would definitely recommend this one. Minecraft Set 1 and 2 cleanup. Platinum this back in 2016 and had a couple of DLC lists done, but got a bit much with the never-ending DLC they were releasing. Thought it was time to get the completion percentage up, so got those finished. Due to the sheer number of trophies, I did have to jump into a realm to cheese some of these. It Takes Two, good co-op fun with my girlfriend. We both enjoyed it, but the game did drag on a little. Unpopular opinion, but this isn't as good as A Way Out, though I would still recommend for a chilled experience between some of those harder games. The Forest, a couple of friends and I wanted to play this after seeing some fun gameplay footage. A great survival game with an interesting story that gets pretty weird towards the end, but nevertheless was another great co-op experience. However, many of the trophies are buggy, can only be obtained by the host or in one session, making this easier to do in single player. Either way, another great game added to my collection, would strongly recommend. Happy hunting, everyone. Love that.
Are you trying to roll this?
Thank you very much.
Bartek, better late than never. Wolfenstein the Old Blood, my first Wolfie game ever, and I loved it so much that I want to complete the whole series at some point. Big win. Astro's Playroom, here we go. Finally a big milestone for me. Everyone should play it who has a PS5. True that. It's a must-have plat. I decided to do this for the game milestone because I wanted to have a special place for this PS5 time, and this game stands for it. Perfect timing and finally off the list and more space. Lego Jurassic World, another Lego game done, one of the better ones. Everyone who loves Lego and Jurassic Park / World will love this game. Sweet cutscenes and great storytelling. Not the biggest open world too. Next Lego game will be Batman 3. Only 3 parts for this month because I had 3 weeks holidays and I enjoyed it so much. A lot of new energy are in playing AC Unity.
Unity, awesome. Yeah, great little month, love that, and I do love the Lego games, including this one of my favourites. So we've got Stacey, only the one plat right at the end of the month, unfortunately, as I wasn't feeling myself at the start of the month for a couple of weeks, but okay now. I'm glad you're feeling better now, Adam, and yeah, Crash Team Rumble done, well done, buddy.
Zoltan, 4 platinums in August. Borderlands, almost 10 years since I started this game. Never really fell in love with the series, but had the bright idea to pop the lists on PS3 and PS4. Glad to have this and the DLC cleaned up. Dante's Inferno, Great God of War clone, enjoyed the base game quite a bit. The DLC Trials, on the other hand, what an unnecessary addition, still working on the last co-op trophy. The Ascent, love-hate relationship with this game. My original PS5 kicked the bucket while a friend and I were trying to co-op this. I'm going to pin the blame on Final Fantasy 16 though. Ended up playing though through it solo after replacing my console. Very enjoyable top-down shooter. It's just a shame the co-op is so buggy. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, from the depths of the backlog, finally went back and polished this one off. Almost 13 years in the making. Still a great game. I hope this remake does it justice.
Brilliant. So we've got Callum, nothing too crazy this month. Got the plats for Arkham Knight, LA Noire and Quake 2. Fastest achiever for like a day. And finished the 100% for The Last of Us 2 with Grounded Plus and Permadeath Run. Real nice.
Mr. Stobbs, afternoon trophy hunters. I'm a monthly review virgin, first time posting one of these. I spent what time I had available last month working on some backlog titles. Saints Row the Third was a huge Saints Row fan back in the day. The Saints Row 1 multiplayer was my first ever venture into the playing multiplayer. House Flipper. Haven't seen anyone actually platinum it yet. Bit of a chill game renovating houses. Also got the CLD.
The CLD?
The DLC cheap. Sorry, I don't know.
Content loadable down.
The DLC cheap and complete 100%.
The CLD. Sorry.
Lego Movie 2. The video game, probably one of the worst Lego games out there. Only a few more Lego games left to plat now though. Skywalker Saga will be last. 100% Mousecraft. Random game I had in my collection. 80 puzzle levels where you have to guide 3 mice from the start to finish the obstacles in between. To finish with obstacles in between. I didn't think that made sense. Mm-hmm. The Wolf Among Us Telltale game. Enjoyed this one on maybe one of my favourite Telltale games. What are you doing? First trophy obtained on 27th of December 2015, so an 8-year tidy up. Batman Arkham Asylum. Played these Batman games back when I was an Xbox fanboy, but could never do the challenges. Bit of a perseverance and we got there. Moving up to Cool Wii indie game, which is available on PS Premium. Basically multiple levels where you move furniture from house to your truck.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Apologies to distract you with that. I literally had a moment where I thought we hadn't clicked record, so that was me just quickly checking it was definitely doing it, because I was like sat here thinking, I don't remember pressing the button. We've been speaking for about an hour. So yeah, excuse me. So then we finish. I think we're finishing off with so Tiden to close the show. 9 plats and a 100% this month. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. One of the best stories in Kingdom Hearts and probably my most wanted video game to get a remake. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, my second time doing this game and another one of my favourite Kingdom Hearts titles. So many people give up on this game as soon as they see you fight with cards, which is unfortunate since it's such a fun system to learn. The RNG can be horrendous for a completion playthrough though, so if you're going to platinum it, look up and follow the RNG manipulation guide on YouTube. Spider-Man Miles Morales, finally got around to playing this in time for Spider-Man 2, such an incredible game, but hey, everyone knows that already. You need to get it done, don't you, before October 20th. It's probably going to have to be.
Yeah, but are we getting the physical copy of 2? Because we're getting a physical copy, I won't be playing it until you finished it anyway.
Well, no, because we can swap it. I can play other games while you have a go, and maybe if I'm at work, you can play it and stuff like that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I like to have games like that on disc, so we'll see. Gungrave, a return to a series that had its last main series title on the PS2. This is a third-person shooter that, even though it was released in the last year, feels like it released late PS2 or early PS3. The story is meh, but gives some nonsensical fun, especially if you haven't played the series before and have no idea what's going on. If you have nostalgia for the early PS3 days, I would recommend. If not, then not so much. Also my first fastest achiever for the plat. Very nice. Dashing Orange, a bit of a grub, but a precision platformer, actually had a solid challenge to it. Final Fantasy VIII, my favourite Final Fantasy and my third favourite game of all time. I love overly convoluted stories and this game dives into that, and my hot take for the FF fans, the junction system of 8 is better than the materia system of 7. Do you know what? The junction system is amazing, but I think it makes the game too easy, because as soon as you can master junctioning certain magic to attack and HP, you're just too much of a goat too early. You know, you can draw 100 quakes, 100 tornadoes pretty much instantly. I know this, I'm talking pure baloney to you right now. It was clever and I liked it, but it just made the game far too easy for me. Leave Squall on yellow health, Renzacook on every enemy until you complete it. So yeah, very easy game, but it is cool. Not the materia system though, sorry. Remote Life, this game was a fever dream. Something about the graphics is just so off-putting to me, but the voice acting is hilarious. It's all monotone text to speech, which got some laughs from me throughout my playthrough. Reverie, a throwback to the OG Zelda games, and Earthbound, a style I've never been too into, but this was still a fun enough time. Check it out if you enjoy those types of games. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, such an amazing collection of games. All the beat 'em up ones are childhood classics. It's really unfortunate the trophy list sucks and is exploitable, or this could have been an extremely difficult and rare plat. Killzone Liberation, really didn't enjoy this one. The checkpoint system sucks. The auto aim is too inconsistent. I don't know how you're even supposed to best the final boss without the rewind feature. But hey, maybe that's just skill issue, more skill issue. Great month as always to everyone. Yeah, great month, Tyden.
Very nice.
Really, really nice month. Really, really nice month. And there we have it. That's the last entry for the monthly Platinum collection. What I'd like all of you to do now, as always, is we kind of open the voting for People's Champion. So if you'd all kindly drop our boy Ray a DM with who you feel deserves it. You know, I know I'm repeating myself here, but it doesn't always have to be the person who's done the most games or done the best games. You could vote for them for a number of reasons, but yeah, drop Ray a message. You know, the more votes the better.
Yes.
You know, what we don't want is only 3 people dropping a vote, and it makes it quite difficult. So yeah, make sure you drop him a message with who you truly believe deserves it, and we'll fire a £10 PSN voucher over their way. So yeah.
But we would like to make a little announcement about future monthly reviews.
Yes, so these videos, I mean,
are getting very long.
they are getting very, very long. So for a number of reasons, it is taking up quite a lot of our time. Yeah. It also makes for exporting and uploading it very, very difficult as well. So a video of this kind of length can take a lot of times. And from previous videos, I've had issues when files are a certain size. So I do want to try and condense it a little bit. So what I would probably say, and I will put an announcement in the Discord as well if people haven't quite made it to the end of the video, where we maybe just look at Platinums only.
No DLCs and no 100%, which we would love to hear about, and we love seeing it in the Discord chat as it is, but it's so time consuming. Like, I need to go and do schoolwork, and it's 4:45.
So if we just post the Platinums, and because I mean it is the monthly Platinum collection, it is always, you know, like you said, it's great to see what everyone's done, and we can still read that in here. It's just making it quite difficult, so we'll try and stick with just the Platinums, condense it a little bit, and yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes from there. But yeah, drop your votes into Ray. We really hope you've enjoyed the video as much as we've enjoyed doing it, because we always have a lot of fun doing this, don't we? There's loads of laughs to be had. If you know, I'd always appreciate if you can drop it a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Leave me a comment. I love engaging with all of you. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because it really, really helps the channel out a lot, and we are aiming to reach 1,000 as soon as we possibly can. I will leave all links in the description as always, so like my PSN, Becky's PSN, you know, our socials, you know, that kind of stuff, as well as like the Patreon, and there's the channel membership stuff in there as well if you do want to support myself and Becky a little further. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Look after yourself, stay safe, and we will see you in the next one.